Hey y'all, it's Alabama back with another video. It's going to be a story time of the time that I snuck out of my house to go to a boy's house. And if you're ready to watch the video, please like, subscribe, and let's get into it. So this happened last year, 2017, in April. So I was working with this youth group or whatever, selling newspapers, like, getting people to sign up and everything like that. And making our own commissions, like making our own money, whatever, and with other teens too, in like, in a van or whatever, like, you pick us up and drop us off. So that's what I was doing or whatever, and I was 16 at the time or whatever, and I was literally working with like all dudes. Like, there was girls working when I first started too, but like they quit or they got fired and stuff like that. So I was basically working with hella dudes. And so I was really quiet, like I didn't talk a lot or whatever. I was just to myself, just there to work and then come back, get my money, stuff like that. That's all I was there for. And I really didn't talk to nobody unless they talked to me. So there was this dude, and we're gonna call him Apple. We're gonna call him Apple because I got this little lotion, Apple, whatever. So we're gonna call him Apple. And me and him never ever talked. But once I started working there for a few months and everything, his friends would be like, oh, what's up with you and Apple, he like you and this and that, talk to him and stuff. And I would just be like, no. I was like, I don't like him or whatever, and I really didn't care about no dudes being in no relationship, nothing like that. Like, that's why I was just like, no, I don't like him, I don't care. And so they would just be telling me stuff like that, like, here and there they'd be telling me. And after, like, they would try to get me to talk to him. Like, basically that's what they would be telling me, like, trying to get me to talk to them and stuff. And he was like, his friends was just telling me and stuff like that. So one night when we were coming home from work, after a few months I'd been working, maybe like 5-6 months, and he was like, and he was sitting next to me in the car, so, and I was on my phone, and I was on Snapchat, and he looked, and he was like, you think you're cute? And I was like, I am cute, like, like, the fuck? And then so, like, that was like a little first conversation we had. I was like, I am cute. And he was like, add me on Snapchat, whatever. So I added on Snapchat. And then after that, I went home. Like, he dropped me off at the house. My boss dropped me off at my house. And then right when I went home, he texted me. He was like, what you doing? Like, we had a little conversation or whatever. And he would text me, like, not all the time, but like, he would text me like once in a while, whatever, like, regular ass conversations and stuff. But he would be telling me like, oh, come over, slide and stuff like that. And I'll be making excuses. I'll be like, I'm busy, I'm with my mom doing stuff, like, because I didn't know him like that. So that's why I'll be like, no. And then so I'll just be making up excuses and stuff. And he kind of did give me some hints, and like, we'll be texting, like, that he liked me and stuff. And I'll just be like, no, like, I didn't care. And then so one night he told me, like, slide. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I have no ride, right? And then he was like, I'll get you one. Bruh, that's how you know. That's how you females know that a boy really wants to be with you or talk to you or see you, if they're gonna get you a ride. Like, that's what he literally, he just said, I'll get you a ride. And I was like, damn, is that serious or whatever? And I was like, okay. And he got me a lift or whatever. And he was like, give me your number. And then I gave him my number, and he said, give me your Addy. And I gave him my Addy. And he said, it's gonna be outside in 2 minutes in a gold Cadillac. And I was like, okay. And I was wearing a basic black sweater, some jeans, Hirachis, and I think my hair was up in a bun or a ponytail, I don't know. And then everybody was in the house was asleep. It was like around 9:30. My mom, everybody was asleep. And the only person who was up was my grandma. And then I told my grandma, I was like, I'm gonna go to my dad's house, because we was living with my auntie, and my dad's house was across the other, like, he lived on the other side of the apartments. And I was like, I'm gonna go to my dad's house. And then she's like, okay, whatever. So I walk out, whatever. And all I brought with me was my charger. But I didn't even need it because I wasn't even there for long. So I go outside, and I see the car pull up. And then I go in the car, and I texted him. I was like, I'm in the car now. And he was like, okay. I was like, they know where to take me? He said, yeah, whatever. And then so I go. Pull up to his house like 10 minutes later or whatever. And then I called him and texted him. I was like, I'm outside. Come out. And then so he comes, whatever. And all he did was like come out for me to see him. And then he walked. For me to follow him. And I was like, boy, come over here so that way I don't be looking all weird, So, in my head I was saying that, like, But so I went, followed him and stuff like that. And then right when I got to his door, he, like, waited for me to go in first. So I walked in or whatever. And then he, like, spanked my booty. Like, he slapped my booty or whatever. And I was like, and I turned around. And he was taller than me. And I was like that, like, in back of me. And I kind of hit lower, like, him lower or whatever. But I didn't feel nothing. I was just like that. And he was like, well, like, or whatever. Started laughing. And then so I was like, like, you're hella bold. And then so right when I went inside the house, I would just sat right on the couch on my phone, because it was like hella weird and awkward, and I was shy. And then he sits next to me or whatever. He tries to like lay with me, cuddle with me, whatever, like put his arm around me and stuff like that. And then I forgot what he said. I think he was high, like he smoked. I don't know. I forgot what he said. I think he said I miss you or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember, but I think he said something like that. And then so I was just like, what the hell? And then he was like, you want to go to my room or whatever? We could watch a movie or whatever and chill. I was like, okay. So we went to his room. He lay on the bed. I laid on the bed. And he was scrolling through the channels. And he was like, you want to watch this movie or Straight Outta Compton? And I was like, Straight Outta Compton, whatever. He put that one on. And then so we was watching it, whatever, for a little bit. But then we was really talking, whatever. We were just talking regular shit. And then I think I was on Snapchat or whatever trying to make a video of me or something. I don't know. And then he was just like in there trying to be like, hey, whatever. I was like, I was like, no. But I think I deleted it or whatever. And we were just talking, whatever. And he was like, and I like just talking to me and stuff. And I was just like, since when did you feel that way? Like, that you like me or whatever. He's like, I've been told you. And he did tell me like, that he likes me. He wanted to be my girl in the Snap messages and stuff like that. And whatever, and I would just never take it serious. I was just like, oh, whatever, I guess, And then, because I didn't care about no boys, like I said. And then, he would just, like, try to cuddle me. Like, he put his head on my chest or whatever. He put his arm around my stomach. And, he went like that to my stomach, and he was like, fat girl. And I was like, I am not fat. Like, I'm not fat. And he just started laughing, whatever. And then, so my arm was like over his back, how you be laying or whatever. And then so I had nails on, and I was just like that, like like kind of like rubbing, scratching his back or whatever. And then he looked up at me, and he was like, and he smiled, and I was like, what? And I started laughing because I'm hella goofy. I was like, what? I said, I feel good. He was like, yeah. And I just only did that for like 3 times or whatever, and then I stopped. And then he was telling me, he was like, this is gonna be talking about my chest. He said, this is gonna be my pillows and this. And he like hit the side of my booty, like not really my butt, but like my hip. He said, and this too, like talking about my butt. And I was just like, like boy, you crazy. And then like I said, I was not taking him serious or nothing. And then he would just be telling me like like he would just like basically trying to get cuddled with me and stuff like that, try to talk to me and stuff. And then he like to the point like I was there for like already like a cool 30 minutes or whatever, and then he would try to like give me a kiss. Like he was trying to like really like give me a kiss and stuff, and I was just like no, like I was like no, and I just started laughing because I'm hella goofy. I was like no, and then he was like, you're not even give me a kiss. And I'm like no, like I think he kissed me on the cheek and tried to give me a kiss on the lips, but I'll be like moving like because I did not know you like that, and you're not my boyfriend, like and then so he wasn't getting mad or nothing, but he was just like, come on, you really not gonna give me a kiss or whatever. And then like he got on top of me, whatever, trying to give me a kiss, and I was still like refusing. And then he kissed me, but like I didn't kiss him back, and I was just like, oh my god, like. And that's funny because it's like my first kiss or whatever, but it's not really my first kiss because I didn't kiss him back, but his lips was the first to ever touch my lips, like And so what's it called? So I was not trying to give him no kiss or nothing, and we were just talking or whatever, and it was just so crazy to me. Like I even texted my friend like I said I'm so scared right now, and she was like, why? I said I'm telling you when I get home or whatever, and I didn't even tell her, but I was just like so nervous or whatever. And but yeah, he just was like that, whatever. Like, and then after I was there for like good cool minute or whatever, he was like, you want to go home or whatever, and I was like, yeah. It was already getting kind of late because I said by like 10 or 10:30 I gotta go. And then so he orders me a lift again, whatever, and I go home, whatever. He didn't really say bye or whatever. I think he was kind of upset because I wasn't trying to like give him no time, and I really wasn't because I said like I did not care. But so I went home, whatever, and I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy. I put in my pajamas on, I just went straight to bed. And he would still text me after that. And I remember when I told him when I was at his house, I was like, are you going to tell anybody that I was over here or anything like that? He was like, nah, I put that on my mama and stuff like that. He was banging it. He was like, nah, I'm not going to tell nobody or whatever. And I don't think he did because nobody ever looked at me weird when I was still working and nothing like that. So, yeah, he didn't say nothing or whatever. But that's so crazy to me. Like, I don't know. Like, that was hella crazy. Like, that was the first time I ever did that. Nobody ever found out. My mom, nobody. I didn't tell nobody except for like my friends and my cousin. And I remember I told my best friend, my sis, I told her, I was like, oh my god, like I'm at his house, like I'm gonna go to his house, whatever. And she's like, you're lying. And I sent her the screenshot. She's like, oh shit. She's like, what? Like like that's crazy. And then so yeah, that was like the crazy ass story time with me. ever doing something like that, going sneaking out of my house to go to a boy's house. Like, oh my god, like I was only 16, but I turned 17 that year, but we didn't even do nothing. So that's why I was like, it's cool, like, I don't care. But then after that day, whatever, he would still text me and stuff, and he would still be telling me like, come over, and I was just like, nah, I'm not trying to go over there. Like, I just don't care to be in a relationship or nothing like that. Like, I did not care. Like, I really didn't. And I could have been like, I could have given him a chance because he was a cool dude. He was really cool and nice or whatever. And but I was just like, nah, whatever. And he would still say like slick stuff in the car, like, when we'll be working, like, baby girl, or ooh, look at her and stuff like that. Like, he would just be saying stuff like that, and I'd just be like, oh my god. And his friends still tell me like, are you gonna talk to him? Talk to him, blah, blah, blah. Come on, stop playing. But I was just like, nah, whatever. I was still like, it's cool. I'm cool. But yeah, that's the story time. But if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment any other videos I should do.